Okay, so I need someone to help me make this make sense, okay? Cavemen. Now, these are people who lived during the Ice Age, like when it started during the Ice Age, okay? Um, so 2.5 million years ago, or like 10,000 BC, okay? There were actually several different kinds of, I guess, what you would call cavemen, but only the Homo sapiens survived. I think it was like numbers and the skills they had so far. Okay. So the thawing period of the Ice Age, which we are still currently in today. Okay. We're still in the thawing part. It actually began 11,500 years ago. All right. Stay with me here. Okay. Now, the earliest writings in the Bible were written about 1400 BC. Okay. So 1400 BC. Earliest writings in the Bible. The Ice Age started 2.5 million years ago. That's like 10,000 BC. Yeah. Okay. Now, scientists say that cavemen, they had their own language. It wasn't like language like we have now. Okay. Like for example, like they drew their little pictures. I don't know what they called them. They're cavemen. They're dead. They're not here. But they drew pictures to communicate. They also used sounds. So like wind. They didn't have a word for wind, so they would just say because that's what they heard it sounded like. So it's just not making much sense to me. Okay, so let's go back. The Ice Age starts again, like I said, like 10,000 BC. Okay, the thawing period only started 11,500 years ago. How how were the earliest writings in the Bible written during 1400 BC? What? These people were still in the struggle, like trying to figure out how to make it day to day, coloring pictures on walls to communicate. I'm really struggling with this. Listen, I'm really big on facts and researching. And if you've been with me for a while you know I've talked about the Ice Age. I talk about Antarctica sometimes. I talk about lots of different things, scientific things, lots of different things. But this I'm really struggling with because I cannot make it make sense. And I was thinking about this earlier today while I was washing the dishes. And it really upset me because all of a sudden I was just like, in my mind I was like, one of them has to be fake. One of them has to be fake. Because the timeline, it's not making sense. It's not making sense. These people, these cave people, they didn't start progressing until after the thawing, right after the thawing period, into becoming the people, working on becoming the people that we are today, right? learning, because at this point they lived in like little huts that they made like with sticks or whatever. They didn't know how to build houses. They didn't know how to like make wood from trees. They didn't know, like, for building, they didn't know how to do that. So not until the thawing period did they really start learning how to do this, and then eventually start making words, putting them together. How is anybody writing anything? Just a little something to think about for today, because I'm having a really hard time with this. I can't make it make sense. A lot of things I can make it make sense. This just isn't one of them. Have you ever thought about this? What do you think? Because, yeah. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, I'm back real quick. I did want to say this. Okay, so most people believe that Jesus was born around, they don't know the exact date, but like around 4 to 6 BC. Okay, so this was before the Ice Age. Yeah, this is before the Ice Age. So all those people back then, that means they would have been, most of them anyway, wiped out from this this Ice Age. The whole, hitting the earth, Ice Age happens, And then I was thinking about, I can't remember the exact place in the Bible it talks about it, where it talks about how God scatters the people across the earth, and that they all speak different languages to confuse them, so they can't all talk to each other, Yeah. It's just not all making sense. I was just thinking about that just now, and I was like, let me add that, because, yeah, Jesus was born before said Ice Age began. So, do with that what you will.